Where the hell are you? You're hiding over here. There we go.
Here, man. Catch.
A brand new Z3000. You can't even buy these.
Well, I got a bait.
Who did the soundtracks for Miss 3 and After? Oh, they also have Jack Wall and Tim Larkin who did the soundtracks for Miss 3 and After. There were 2 tracks that... I don't know, I forget about 3. 3 stumped me. I hated Exile. Exile was the one I will admit as to being the hardest one for me. I've played 1 on the Sega Saturn, actually, and the DS port. I have it for the computer. I only recently got it on Steam, though. Whoop. Cyan didn't actually make Exile. Huh. I mean, as far as I could tell of what I've seen, it's pretty faithful, but yeah. Exile, I can solve a couple of the entry puzzles, and then everything thereafter confuses me. But I've played 1, Riven, and Exile. I've not managed to play... There's Revelations, and I forget what the other one is. I think Revelations is 5? Whoa, hi there. Run away. There we go. Yeah, Cyan didn't make 3 or 4. Well, from what I've heard, at least the other companies were relatively faithful. Whoa. No. Go away, shark. There we go. Well, that wasted a bunch of ammo. And I got it all back. Convenient. Actually, there we go. There's the lock-on. Revelation is 4. Okay. And I know there is a 5th one. The name evades me right now. Whoop. Oh, give me my pyro. A little tiny bit less situational than I thought it was. There we go. Five is End of Ages. Oh, okay. Which is funny, because I've seen playthroughs of 5. Really? Oh, there's a swing shot port that I totally missed. There we go. But Miss 5 is more like Uru 2, because it was made from assets intended for an Uru expansion. Was that a situation of like the fans crying out for a more traditional Miss game than Uru? Was that just like, hey, we have all these things instead of an expansion, let's make an actual game out of it? Whoa, get me away from that. Okay. Now, get me back there so I can take the bolts. There we go. Ooh. Cyan was not in good financial condition after the failure of Uru. Okay, yeah, I want to wait for this for just a second. And blow up target lock. There we go. I know there's the double tap triangle in this one, but it's only the last 2 that you've used, and it gets a little fiddly. Uru was pretty much all the money they made off of Riven and Mist. Wow. Oh yeah, wasn't Abduction... So what funded Abduction? Was that a Kickstarter thing or something? Because either way, I would say that's a pretty dang good return to form afterwards. If that's the case. Do the skill point. I've totally forgotten what the skill point is here, actually.
Yes.
Kickstarter. Okay. I was one of the supporters. Oh! Well, then I guess a partial thank you to you, too, as well, then, for supporting the game. For supporting the development. Don't touch the ground in the room you were just... Oh, that seems easy enough. Okay. Well, I say that now, and probably I was going to suck at it later. Okay, so first... Not that way, it's this way. I should be able to go backwards. Okay. This could be tricky going backwards, but... There we go. Alrighty. Trying to not touch the ground. Yeah. There we go. What? I look forward to seeing what they do with Firmament. Is that another game, I'm guessing? You know what, let's just... fall to doom. And it starts me back up here, so I probably have to go all the way back to the beginning. That is their next game. Ooh! Gotta be on the lookout for that one then.
Aim the lasers at the receptors on the outside rim to turn them green. All receptors must
Training
be
mission.
green before they invincible.
Okay. Now I'm down here. Probably have to leave the planet now. Huh. I do have to come back here with the magnet boot, so I'll probably do it then. Okay. Because otherwise the enemies turns into sons of bitches. And I am not coming back without some heavier firepower. There we go. Okay, come on, let me, there we go. Yeah, that's the one thing I'll admit I don't know about a whole bunch of these, skill points here. You can get details on Science. The Kickstarter is over, but they are extending the campaign if you are interested in supporting. You can get details on Cyan's website. Is Firmament a sequel to Abduction, or is it its own thing? Yeah, I'll probably have to look at the Kickstarter, probably donate like 5 or 10 or something. I can spare a couple. Okay, give me a Velociter for these assholes. And now... I'm doing pretty good on ammo so far, but... Actually, that's a pretty high bolt total for this thing. Firmament is its own thing. You're gonna have to check that out. I mean, depending on the ending you chose, Abduction did end kind of on a pretty steady note. Like, the ending doesn't really, they are designing the game for VR, but they are going to make a normal version. Oh, goody. Because the VR thing is like $200, and I really don't want to spend that kind of money right now. Okay. Whoa! Okay, at least it's just right here and not into the mud. Yeah, I want to do VR games. Like, I like the look of Windlands, but yeah, VR stuff is way too expensive for me right now, so I don't have a VR set for any of them. Abduction actually was a VR, had a VR potential. But again, I don't have the VR headset, even though I think that would have been an amazing one to do it in. Just because the environments are so pretty. You'll probably find on YouTube people playing the proof of concept Cyan put together for a minute. You probably have to check that out after the stream. Okay, let's see here. Okay, yes I can. Yay, they make this accessible. Without having to jump through hoops like they did in the new one. And hit. Okay. Is that the last one there? I think it is. Alrighty. Getting back, I think, is tricky, though. Or not, it's probably just the same as usual. Okay, there we go. And Skids Manager. Not a demo because the game is still being made, but it gives you an idea of what they're going for.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since.
Oh, is that kind of like how they had,
Without a client is like a flea without
the best analog I can think of is,
like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races and
Stanley Parable had two different versions, I think, that came out. One that was one that was the actual game, and then one I think that I saw. Oh, who was it? I think it was specifically made for the Game Grumps. I think, because it was Dan and Ross playing it. It's been a very long time since I watched that one, so I am not 100% sure. But, like, it had the same kind of narrator kind of being coy with them. I forget if that's it, or if that's a different thing I'm thinking of entirely. Hey, wow, I'm actually full without ever having to buy any ammo. Okay, that does cover everything I have that I need to do here at the moment. So, logging site you do. Okay, actually, here is where I can look at this. Oh, because I need the magnet boots for that one. And Metropolis, I did get all in there. Okay, off to Eudora. Oh, you know what? Since I have to go back and give that guy the trophy, I can probably do it then. I'll probably try for that,
Yes, quite
not
right.
touching the ground
That's
trophy.
just about-
Or a skill point.
Commander, we are finished with this world. Commence towing our planet to its next destination. Lieutenant! Yes, sir.
I will say, however, these worlds are turning out a little bit longer than I thought.
Barely.
We are ready to return to base.
Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees doesn't mean they should have them. Destroy everything.
They made the proof of concept in the space of about a month in order to show the publishers, but they didn't get a publisher, so they returned to Kickstarter. Yeah, I'm surprised, considering wasn't Abduction like a pretty decent success? Like, they should have said, like, hey, like, you'd think they would have, a company would have been like, hey, they made Myst and Riven, and then Abduction was pretty good, and why not give it a chance? Like, you'd think that would happen, but I guess not. Okay. One of my favorite weapons is here. Glove of Doom.
I got some great.
I'm super okay with them working without a publisher. I suppose that does give them a little bit more freedom. Whoa. Because, like, I hate to think what would have happened with, with Abduction wanting to do a, with abduction and a publisher, because I think there's some parts of that game that probably could have been cut out, and I probably wouldn't have enjoyed that as much. Abduction would need to be a much more successful game to get a publisher in this market. Okay. Okay, do I need this? I think I do, just not now. Wow. I had thought I had a decent amount of bolts, and then that Glove of Doom just took, like, all of it out. Don't think I need to get anything else for a while, so I think I'm good for a bit, but still. I love the Glove of Doom. I need it too much. Woo! No, okay. I just about threw myself off the thing. Puzzle games like those are a pretty small niche nowadays. Yeah, I suppose so. Which is kind of saddening, because... Oh, what's the one big one I'm thinking of lately?
By double tapping the triangle button, you can quickly switch between your two
I think I'm thinking of King's Quest, but I might have that wrong. Back when Myst and River were made, there was no indie game market. That being said, didn't Myst kind of break some grounds with regards to gaming? Like, it was kind of wasn't Myst kind of notable for being such a sparse environment and yet super popular?
I suppose I did.
Is your current occupation leaving a rotten taste in your mouth? Then you need to know about BTS, Blog Tactical Research Station. Hi, I'm Supreme Executive Chairman Drek, and we here at BTS are seeking motivated individuals to fill positions in these exciting careers. Grind boot tester, warhead assembly technician, mutant
This make me want to play Myst. This whole conversation make me want to go play Myst now.
sub-cannon test dummy, and administrative assistant.
It did, and depending on who you ask, you will hear that it changed gaming or destroyed gaming.
Our weapons while you build your future.
I'm calling BTS today.
Now we're talking. Did you see all the cool gadgets they're making? Let's go get some.
No, we must continue our search for Captain Quark.
I probably would call myself right in the middle of that debate.
Sure. We need to find
Because
Quark.
destroyed seems a bit harsh.
Wouldn't it be nice
But-
to be able to tell him where Chairman Drek is?
I suppose.
Honestly,
Well, we go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Drek, so they're
The
bound
de-
to know where he is.
the developers that say the later are becoming more sparse.
Too much. Come on, let's go.
That being said, I don't know about changing gaming either. Other than semi-popularizing the adventure game, but even then that could also be like, well, King's Quest is in there, or stuff like that. So it's not entirely even to say, like, it changed it. Well, no, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Blaster necessary. Vaguely a Swift's Army Knife of weapons. Okay, where the hell are you? Really? No Glove of Doom ammo? Whoop, there's a explosive. There we go. Destroy gaming because so many people tried to do what it did without understanding why it was successful. I see where I see what the point is with that. I still say it's a bit overblowing it. That could be said about a lot of popular games. Yeah, because I think I've seen a couple of Dark Souls. Because I actually have a couple of Dark Souls-esque games. But nothing beats the original. Like, what is... I just was looking through the files at... Oh, Salt and Sanctuary. That's a very Dark Souls-esque game, but it misses a lot of the stuff that Dark Souls does. So I guess I can kind of see that. As well as the application. Again, though, I still think that destroying is a bit of an overreaction, I guess, is the best way I can put it, and even then I'm not entirely like comfortable with that phrasing. I think so too, that is an overreaction. Because, like, using the Dark Souls example, Salt and Sanctuary is at least okay. Or there's another one that I played a while back called Lords of the Fallen. Which I would basically describe as Dark Souls, but Norse. And it's not like they're terrible games, they just don't do it as well as Dark Souls did. That being said, I also think I have had better luck. I also think I've had better luck on Dark Souls than either of those two. So again, that's one of those situations where, similarly to size matters, I don't know if I can create an appropriate expression because I haven't played that much into the game. Okay. Oh yeah, you're a piece of crap. Yay, nanotech. Yay, convenient nanotech, I should say. It definitely destroyed that genre for me as easily as 90% of the games in the Myst genre are bad by comparison. See, that's an interesting point because, like, the stuff... Like, to me, that's a game where its own game ruined... That's a genre, to me, where its own game ruined that genre. Just because Myst was good, but apparently I've heard Riven does so much stuff better that even Myst sometimes seems outdated if you ask certain people. Just simply because Riven looks so damn good by comparison. So, like, Myst did it, and then it spawned a successor that ruined it even further. That being said, I think That being said, I will also say, adventure games, particularly ones like with branching paths, those seem like those are very, very hard to write story-wise. So speaking as a writer point of view, I think probably some of the blame could be put on the writers for them, not necessarily... Hi. There we go. Get rid of you before you cause me too much trouble. Oh crap, your little phaser blasts suck! It's just kind of like the tutorial for Riven. Yeah, probably. Riven is missed with the training wheels taken off. It seemed like Myst didn't quite know what it wanted to be compared to Riven. Yeah. I think that can be said, though, with a lot of games. Like, whoa, hi there. Whoop. Ow. I hate you. Stupid phaser blasts. I think every once in a while a series goes through the... I'll use my favorite series because I have a bit of a bias. Because, like, Crash 1, there's a lot of stuff that sucks in it. I really like the Crash series. I will admit, 1 is extremely difficult to play without... 1 was extremely difficult to play until the Insane Trilogy came along. 2 is where things got more manageable. 3 is the one everybody remembers. Warped is the one everybody remembers, and generally is considered the best of them because they had finally fine-tuned all the mechanics. Did it with Ratchet and Clank, actually, as a matter of fact. I like this one for nostalgia purposes, but again, up your arsenal is better, so. And even going Commando has significant improvements on it, so again, that's another one of those things not surprising to me. That being said, I will say, Riven is quite a bit more of a bitch. I will admit to not being able to get very far in Riven. Mist is okay. Again, I've beaten the 3DS one and did the Rhyme Age. Without too much reliance on a guide. Abduction had a kind of stupefying first part, but later on wasn't so bad. Get the other guy, get the other guy, get the other guy before I can kill you. God dang it! There we go. Must have had some iframes, because I swear he shot one at me and I totally avoided it. Riven started with that damn rotating room puzzle. I just remember, it was not one of the first ones I saw, but pretty close to. I saw somebody do a let's play of Riven, and I just remember seeing that fucking gem puzzle and was just like, oh my god. Give me...
Sweet.
I will probably never use this. There's nothing it can do that I don't have a weapon that can probably do better. Oh goody, more nano. Oh, I didn't need it. Okay, give me Porositor. The grid puzzle is my favorite puzzle, but still, it was like... There's so much... It is so involved that I was just like... Holy crap. Like, I think you were one of the ones there for the Abduction series. You saw how I did with the tower puzzle. Imagine me trying to solve Riven's... Imagine me trying to solve Riven's grid puzzle. I don't see that working out very well at all. Oh, goodness, where is the... It's over here. There you are. I almost forgot about you. Okay, goody. It is just complicated enough for me and clear enough that I could see exactly what I needed to find once I solved it. I will say that I have to give credit to that entire series, at least for that. Those are some damn hard puzzles sometimes, but you can see the logic in it once you've solved it. I think, if anything, that's why adventure games that came after Myst and Riven were the problem. Because the other threadbare ones, kind of in that vein, not always had the logic behind the puzzles that Mr. Riven did. And I will say the same with Abduction. My mind tends to assume that particular valley of logic readily. Again, though, I would still say that at least the Cyan games are pretty decent as to, okay, yeah, I can see the logic behind that when you're, when you're done with the puzzle. Some of those other games is like, what leap of faith did I need to make for this one? Where are you? I'm looking for, there it is. I think this is the one for Clank.